I was working as a senior marketing manager for BICS, which is an international carrier company in telecom. So we are based in Brussels, but at the time, Brussels is a headquarter for the whole of the world. The board of directors had decided that we wanted to move from a very product-centric company to a customer-centric company. And so that's the movement that they were making. And I think for us, this was an opportunity to do some really research, asking the customer their opinion. So asking them about what is BICS looking like, especially in Asia, because it's a European company. It's not an Asian native company. We have Asian people working there, but it's still different, right? The name is also, I guess, pretty strange for an Asian company. So it was really an important step to see, okay, how are we being perceived and what can be done to change that perception? Because it's only by knowing that you can and by measuring that you can make changes, right? By the time we had decided that we would work with the center of gravity, so that's where Dilip came in. And I mean, I was really, really amazed by his flexibility. Very often you have in all sorts of situations, you have people who speak up easily. And there are other people who have very who are more timid, I think, especially in Asia, to voice what they think, right? Because they also don't want to insult anyone. And there, Dilip's role was also very important to make sure that everyone was being heard. So I think that was extremely valuable for us. I think what came out of there was, and Dilip and I worked on this together, was a very decent PowerPoint and a document with suggestions. So not just this is the state of what we've interviewed, this is the state of where you are, but also a perception of us towards these customers, and also, made it really specific per segment. So it's not just this is how you're being viewed, but this is how you are being viewed by close customers. This is how you are being viewed by people who have ease of changing suppliers because they are very strong in the market. This is how you are being perceived by these new customers. The good thing is, based on that, we could come up with a plan, a segmented plan, and not a one fits all, on how can we approach the market in the future. So this was extremely important for our chief commercial officer, who was also based out of Brussels. And it was also important for our VP sales, who is covering all of Asia, so quite a vast, it's a lot of different countries with a lot of different needs and pains, but it could help him to come up with a very strategic plan adapted to the different customers we want to approach. And again, this is a project that took us 2.5 years to move a company from a very product-centric company to a very customer-centric company. And this is really something where the center of gravity helped us to make it more concrete, and I think also more objective, because you guys first of all had the expertise, so you could help us with the expertise, you could help us with structuring the questions. Once we gave the input, you could help us with making sure that we invited the right customers. For me, I always said to Dilip, this is not a supplier-customer relationship, this is a partner relationship. And so I was very pleased that you guys, although I had never heard of you, so it was, as I said in the introduction, were able to deliver to that standard, delivering to the standard where you start a project as a partner. So what we did in these 2.5 years is really change the DNA of the company. Of course, there is resistance. So, and I think that was also the part why making it more objective was an important one. Because then it wasn't me saying, guys, we need to change the way we measure how we are successful. I mean, this is how I started doing marketing, right? You create a product and you push it out in the market and you are sure that you will create the need. These days are over. So, and this is why, guys, like your company is helping us also on a strategic level to really make us do that mind shift. This is all about the mind shift. This is about a mind shift, about putting the customer at the heart of everything you're doing, of your strategy, of your operations, of your customer service, of the way you are, dealing with your customers. I think we even took it at a level where we had to re-educate our sales force because they were very often pushing products. what really makes you guys unique in the way I've worked with you is this human aspect, which for me as a person is a very, so we are working from person to person. And so it's not just a professional relationship, it's you are being involved as a human being. And then the third thing for me would be is the professionalism. And you guys know what you're talking about. And that's something we needed at this point, to be able to be, I think I needed that also to convince the upper management that the change management road we were taking was the right road. And this is definitely something you helped us with. So I think that's what makes you guys unique, that you are able, depending on the person in front of you or the needs of the customer, to go and look into what are the elements that this person is needing right now, right? And that you have the flexibility to move on this axis. So to not just stay on the one axis, but to move from left to right, according to the needs of the customer. So as we were working with a lot of nationalities, I think it was really important to also be able to put yourself in the shoes of these different, so the diversity aspect was a very important one. And I think you guys managed it as well. And I think that was also something that was appreciated by our chief commercial officer, that it was taking it a bit further than just the assignment we gave you guys, right? So it's that fits to me also in this partnership approach that I was talking about, that you just it's not the only focus to get the job done, but it's making sure that it fits into, and that's why I thought I also appreciated Dilip. He was really trying to understand what are the changes that are happening in the company.